Since the beginning of times, humans have shared stories. It's a fundamental part of our evolution, preserving traditions, languages, and connection. Yet some stories go beyond words. They are conveyed through images, colors, and movements, embodying the art of visual storytelling. In photography, visual storytelling means creating images that communicate on their own. It's about capturing the essence of a moment or an emotion. Every detail within the frame plays a role in the story being told, giving to the viewer a reason to stay. If you ask me, a regular guy who likes to take pictures, visual storytelling is the one thing that makes me like a picture I took or a picture I look at. I'd say in order my eyes get caught by colors, composition and storytelling. But storytelling is what makes me actually stare at a photo instead of just watch it. It makes me wonder what people are doing, why they are doing things, their story, what will happen next, what happened before the photographer took the shot, or simply why they decided to photograph that specific moment, what they felt and what I'm actually feeling. All these questions are the reason of the power of visual storytelling, and everything I'm saying works for music, movies, photography, sculpture, paintings and every other forms of art you can think of. In movie, I think it's easier to explain the true power of visual storytelling. For example, you can forgive a young company that just made a movie with a mid-color grading or some minor errors here and there, but if the plot is good and well told and you can empathize with the character because they are well written, I actually think that you can still enjoy the movie. In photography, every image has the power to tell a story. However, without a clear context or intention, a photo can become like a dead man tell no tales. It's the storytelling that brings images to life, allowing them to communicate emotion, experience and narratives that otherwise would remain silent. And being part of your creative process while you're shooting is the key to achieve a good storytelling. Being able to feel before shooting, being able to align light and people and every other thing you have in your frames, it's a good starting point to develop a properly storytelling. These days, the art of noticing, it's very popular, and I'm sure every photographer and videographer has understand the power of the art of noticing. But I also think that you can't, or at least you should not only noticing without feeling it. Feeling the scene, feeling the drama, feeling the expression of the people, feeling their faces. Everything is interwoven, I don't know how to say it. Interwoven, everything is in order to tell a story. In recent years, cinematic photography has gained so much popularity, especially in the street photography niche. Photographers like Monaris, Bildin, Aaron Sarigul, who have large followings on social media, are embracing this style of shooting that resembles movie style. Of course, we all have our own taste and we all have seen different movies, so the definition of cinematic is very broad, but mostly not limited to a single way of shooting. You can take photos at night, in a foggy morning, during winter, in a bright summer days. It all depends on what you see and feel as a cinematic. I feel that everything comes back to the ability of telling stories in photograph. Maybe the ability to create a sense of drama, mystery, tension, and all of that stuff. But also the ability to compose a frame. All of this should come together to create a sense of cinematic feel, a sense of mood, a sense of storytelling within your frame. We all know Steve McCurry as the photographer behind that iconic Afghan Girl photo, and of course a lot of other stunning images. But in 2016 he got into some hot water for heavily editing some of his photo with Photoshop. It all started when an Italian photographer spotted a poorly edited image from McCurry's trip to Cuba. There was this weird bit of a traffic sign sticking out of a passerby's leg. This led to a deeper dive into his work, and people found out he'd made quite few significant changes to his photo. Many people saw this as a big no in the world of photojournalism. But here is the thing, McCurry himself has said he now sees himself more as a visual storyteller rather than a strict photojournalist. As an artist, he's using whatever tools he needs to bring his vision to life. His work isn't just about capturing reality, it's about telling a story, evoking emotion and sharing his perspective on the world. Now, whether you're a fan of McCurry or not, it's totally up to you, because art is super subjective. What one person loves, another might not even care about it. But this discussion goes beyond personal taste. It's about understanding the role of an artist in society. Artists have always been the ones to push boundaries and challenge the norms. McCurry's choice to edit his photo is just part of his artistic process. He is trying to communicate his story in the most impactful way he can. So while his method might not fit the traditional photojournalism mold, they show his growth as an artist. His work invites us to see the world through his eyes and experience the stories he wants to tell. So let's just appreciate the diversity in artistic expression and remember that the true value of art lies in its ability to move us, inspire us, and make us think. And you can also subscribe to the channel. It means the world to me and it will help me bring you more and more valuable content. Let me know your thoughts in the comment, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one.